Hello, hello. I am live with this beautiful topic. Just making sure everything is working right here. Yes. Cycle syncing one-on-one, the vegan way. I'm gonna give it a couple of more seconds so that you can make yourself comfortable and join me today. And yeah, let's get started. I am incredibly excited about this topic. If you don't know what cycle syncing is, it's okay. Wait for it, I'm gonna explain it. But before I will go into the details of everything, let me tell you a little bit more about myself, okay? I am Jess, which most of you know. I am, of course, the owner of this Facebook group, and I have been loving the community. We have been growing, we have been building. So if you have friends, if you have colleagues, people in your life that you feel like they can really make use of this beautiful community and they can learn here, feel free to invite them. The more people we are here, the bigger the impact is. And yeah, the cooler it is to just be all together, okay? So let me just quickly make sure that everything is okay here. One second. All right, so hi, Kelsey. So as I was saying, I am the owner of this group, and if you have anyone that can benefit from this, please feel free to share and to invite your beautiful friends into this community, okay? So I am a certified vegan nutritionist. I am a fitness trainer, Reiki master, yoga trainer, and a women's health expert. As you can see on this picture on the right, this used to be me a couple of years ago. I struggled with a lot of stuff. And just by the picture, you can see that this is not normal. Hormonal acne is something that I know a lot of women struggle with. And usually that's a sign that something is up, right? Something in the body is not working well, and your skin is detoxing it by literally, putting it out through the skin. Some people might have hormonal issues and don't have acne. Some people have hormonal issues and have different things that they struggle with, okay? So just keep in mind that this is definitely something that is not considered normal. And at that time, how that started for me, having this hormonal acne, and I know you only see it on my face, but I used to have it on my neck, my chest, my back. It was really, really bad. And I got it actually at that time when I stopped taking hormonal birth control. Within 2 months, all of this started to show up on my skin, which was pretty dramatic. Being a young woman, wanting to go out, wanting to date, wanting to meet people. I was a student at that time, just really wanting to look and feel great. And here I was struggling so much with my skin, trying different things, trying taking birth control. That's what I did before, and that's why my skin got so bad. Trying different pills, trying creams, trying literally a lot of stuff. And I didn't realize that there were other issues that were going on, such as bloating. I had weight fluctuations. I was burning out, and a lot more things that didn't seem normal, like crazy fatigue, mood swings. I just didn't really feel like I was myself during this time. And so my skin showed it to me in a way which was very obvious, but also, of course, internally, I didn't feel well. So what I'm going to share with you today is something that really helped me with healing my issues, and I know it's going to also help you, and you might have similar skin issues, or you might have other hormonal imbalances. As I said, it doesn't always have to show on the skin. It can be through different things. Okay, so just keep that in mind. Today, I am the founder of the Women's Academy of Transformation, which is my beautiful coaching program. I have helped over 200 women worldwide heal and really help them become their healthiest and happiest selves through a vegan lifestyle, through working with their bodies as women, and through really stepping into their power, right? Just recognizing that I can do whatever I can be whoever I want to be, I can feel sexy, I can feel confident. That's literally our goal in the Women's Academy of Transformation. And I'm extremely proud of it, because everything that I teach is something that I went through myself as well. And you will know that when you are in a close circle with me, that it's just a beautiful, inner community as well of the people that are directly in contact with me. And it's just wonderful to see, what's possible for you. So that's where I'm at. All right, let's get into cycle syncing. And the first question that I hear a lot actually is a healthy cycle possible with a vegan diet? And I want to tell you, yes. If you're new to cycle syncing, if you're new to hormonal health, the menstrual cycle, sometimes you will meet people online or in real life that will tell you it's not good to be vegan if you want to work with your hormones. Now, the truth is that actually that picture was when I was omnivore, eating everything. And when I stopped eating animal products, my skin cleared up. And that was a big sign for me that something was really off, not only in my body, but the things that I was consuming weren't really helping me. They were actually doing the opposite. And that's when I realized, oh, wow, actually what I put in my body has a huge effect on me and my well-being. That was really shocking for me to see, but also, of course, I was happy because I struggled with this hormonal acne for, I think, 2.5 years. Okay. Now I want to give you a little bit of like why it actually is even healthier to go with a vegan diet when you want to heal your hormones. The first thing that came to my mind that I wanted to share with you is milk. Milk, cow's milk, right? Not plant milk, but cow's milk is extremely inflammatory. And anything that causes inflammation in your body, you want to avoid. Of course, things like sugar, alcohol are also inflammatory, but consuming them in small amounts is usually okay. I also consume sugar, just in a very healthy amount, of course, not going overboard. But if I consume alcohol or if I consume too much sugar, my skin immediately breaks out. Immediately. That is a sign to me that what I'm putting in my body is not working well, and my body is working a hard time detoxing myself from that inflammation, trying to bring that inflammation down. Okay. Milk can also really throw off your body's estrogen production. And this is due to artificial hormones in milk. So if you think about it, cow's milk is produced not for us humans to drink, but it's produced for the cows, right? For the babies. And so the milk of cows actually has a lot of hormones in there already, which is meant for the baby cow to grow and to become healthy. But these hormones are not meant for us humans. And so when we consume them, they can really whack and really like confuse our own natural hormone production, such as estrogen. And estrogen is an extremely important, if not one of your most important hormones next to progesterone when it comes to your hormonal health, right? So when you consume cow's milk, your body is going to have a hard time being able to balance the production of estrogen itself. Now, there's also antibiotics in milk. Most milks have antibiotics, and those can also have a negative impact on your microbiome. And your microbiome is extremely important for your overall health. That's why anything that you put into your body, you will feel how your digestion goes. Sometimes when you eat shitty food, right? Foods that you know is not good for you, your microbiome might also be a little bit out of whack. And so the same thing happens with antibiotics. Sometimes you might even experience, if you yourself consume antibiotics for a certain amount of time, it really kills off not only the bad bacteria, but also the good bacteria. That's what antibiotics do, right? And so when you consume cow's milk, that can actually prevent estrogen metabolism. And what's estrogen metabolism? It's basically helping your body to have a balance of the estrogen that you need in your body, which means your body is producing an amount, a certain amount of estrogen. But if you have too much estrogen, your body needs to metabolize it, needs to flush it out pretty much. But if your microbiome is not balanced, you're going to have a hard time, or your body's going to have a hard time flushing out that excess estrogen. And you're going to have too much estrogen in your body, which can lead to hormonal imbalances, which can lead to weight gain, which can lead to acne, which can lead to loading, all of these things, okay? And actually, dairy can also deplete your magnesium stores, which has a negative effect on your pituitary gland and other glands. So pituitary glands and other glands are all assistant together with your hormonal health. So we should not only look at hormones, but also everything else that is connected to it. And it's funny if you think about it, right? I know that for the majority of my life, I thought dairy was extremely healthy. I, as a child, drank a lot of milk, and it actually has opposite effects in terms of health because it's not meant for us, right? It's not meant for us humans to drink it. All right. So what is cycle syncing? I'm going to give you a little bit of an introduction of what cycle syncing is, because it might be very new to you. Cycle syncing is pretty much working with your menstrual cycle. Okay. And when we talk about the menstrual cycle is pretty much like a 28-day cycle that is an average 28 days. It varies from woman to woman. You might have a shorter, you might have a longer cycle. And a menstrual cycle every month is doing it's the same processes that go through your body. And pretty much what the menstrual cycle is for you to help you prepare for a possible pregnancy, right? Biologically speaking, that's what a menstrual cycle is for. And so cycle syncing pretty much helps you sync with your cycle. A lot of people think that your cycle is only your period, which happens once a month, but it's so much more than that. It's actually 4 phases that you're going throughout the menstrual cycle. And these 4 phases really impact you and can really influence every single day and the way you feel. Okay, so I'm going to give you an introduction into the 4 phases of the menstrual cycle so that you understand how to work with these phases. Okay, the first phase is the follicular phase. The follicular phase usually lasts around 7 to 10 days. During this phase, your hormone progesterone remains pretty low while estrogen starts to gradually increase. And the follicular phase is called the follicular phase because of the follicle stimulating hormones that are released during this time. This is the first phase. The second phase is the ovulatory phase, which can last around 3 to 4 days. I would definitely see the ovulatory phase just a little bit longer, especially if you're trying to prevent to get pregnant. Having a window a little bit in front and a little bit at the end of the ovulatory phase is always safer if you want to make sure that you don't want to get pregnant and you want to make sure that you're actually, you're actually working with your cycle the right way. So during the ovulatory phase, what happens is that your luteinizing hormones are starting to increase. And of course, it's the best time to become pregnant because you're literally ovulating during the ovulatory phase, hence the name. Then we move into the luteal phase, which lasts around 10 to 14 days. And during this phase, your progesterone and estrogen increase until they reach a peak in the middle of the phase, and then they drop. And I'm going to go to the menstrual phase in a second. During the luteal phase, your body temperature increases, which also actually means that you're hungrier during this time. So if you are craving more food before you get your period, there's an actual biological reason as to why. So if you feel guilty because you're eating more, you're actually meant to eat more during the luteal phase. So keep that in mind, okay? And then we move into the menstrual phase, which lasts around 3 to 7 days. It's known as the period. It's literally our bleed. And that bleed happens if, of course, a pregnancy did not take place. Okay, so these are the 4 phases of the cycle: follicular, ovulatory, luteal, and menstrual phase. Now, how can you track your cycle? Because knowing the phases is one thing, but knowing how to work with your menstrual cycle and how to work with those phases is another thing, because you might not even know yet which phase you're in, which is totally okay, right? So the first thing that you want to do is you want to get a basal body thermometer and measure your temperature every morning at the same time before you do anything else. Now, if this is too much for you, you can also just get a period tracking app and actually just track your period from the first day of your cycle to the last day. And then you can approximately calculate, how many days you are in which phase. Of course, it would literally go too far if I were to share every single little thing that you can track, but this is kind of the easiest way for you to track it. And on top of that, you should also be tracking other symptoms such as your energy, your mood, your sleep, your cravings, your cramps, tender breasts, bleeding, headaches, sex drive, whatever comes up. You want to really track as much as possible. Then when you have all of that, you will be able to identify and calculate which phase you're in accordance also to the symptoms that you're experiencing. Okay, that's the easy way to track your cycle and to understand which phase of the cycle you're in. Now, cycle syncing the vegan way, that's what we're here all about, right? As I was mentioning right at the beginning, there are a lot of people that will tell you it's not possible to make it in a healthy way, which I completely disagree with, because I've been vegan now for almost 5 years and I've been the healthiest I've ever been. And because I went vegan, I was able to heal my menstrual cycle. Of course, there's a couple of things that I do that I'm going to share with you. But I really want you to remember that that's literally the best way to go. Okay. Now, what you need to know is that when it comes to cycle syncing, there are some nutrients that are more essential during certain phases of the cycle. As I was telling you, there are certain phases that we go through, and our body is going in those phases through different processes, right? And because there are ever-changing things happening in your body also needs different nutrients to pull from the food that you eat so that it can perform at its best. If you don't do that, you might be depleting your body, and this can actually cause your hormonal health, your cycle not to be so healthy because you're not giving your body what it needs. And that's essentially what cycle syncing is all about. You are pretty much in control and you're helping your body be at its best. That's literally it. I literally have goosebumps saying this because a lot of times I feel like people are overcomplicating it, but it's so much easier. It's really, really, really simple to just learn how to sync with your cycle and essentially learn what nutrients you need during a certain time of the month. Okay. Now, as a vegan, you want to, of course, remember, you know that you're not consuming meat, but meat, if you do consume it, is high in iron, zinc, and B vitamins. Okay. And so what we want to do is we want to make sure that we are aware that when we take meat away, that we also know which vegan foods we are eating that are high in iron, zinc, and B vitamins. On top of that, meat also has fats that we need to learn to substitute through vegan foods. One thing that I see a lot is people that want to go like raw vegan or really high carb and reduce the fat. That can mess a lot with your cycle as well. You need healthy fats. Okay. And so, of course, if you're taking meat away, if you're taking dairy away, you want to make sure that you're still introducing healthy fats like avocados, nuts, and seeds into your vegan diet so that you're still consuming all of the essential micronutrients and that you're, supporting your body the best way. Okay. So before even focusing on cycle syncing, this is what you can do. Okay. Just checking the time. So, salmon is, for example, a very good non-vegan food for hormonal health. And so when we want to substitute salmon, we want to go for omega-3 rich foods such as flax seeds, chia seeds, walnuts, hemp seeds, or even taking capsules, which I do at times as well, just because I'm extremely busy. I have a lot going on, and I don't want to always every day overthink if I have consumed any of these seeds. I do consume them pretty regularly, especially flax seeds, because they're pretty affordable. They're super easy to add to your meals, super easy to add to salads, to smoothies, whatever it is. But also capsules, again, are just an easy way to pop in once in a while and not have to worry about it. Okay, a second substitution that you want to look at is red meat. Red meat is high in B vitamins, and so a good substitution in terms of vegan food are things like tempeh, peanuts, nuts in general, nutritional yeast, oats. So making sure that you're introducing those foods into your diet as often as possible, also really, really important. Then we have iron, which of course we know also meat is high in iron usually. And I know that a lot of people are scared that they're not going to consume enough iron when they go vegan, but iron-rich foods, vegan iron-rich foods are tofu, chickpeas, lentils, and quinoa. So introducing those and consuming those regularly are also going to help you with your menstrual cycle. And magnesium, one of the most important hormonal nutrients that you can take care of. So consuming things like whole grains, nuts, seeds, and dark chocolate is really, really good. And maybe you even, realize that you're craving dark chocolate around the time before your period. It's because your body literally needs magnesium, right? And so that's actually really, really good, because your body is giving you signs like, hey girl, I got a need for magnesium. So maybe sometimes also instead of dark chocolate, you can go for whole grains, nuts, or seeds. So the first step to proper cycle syncing is balanced nutrition. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to make sure that when you're consuming food, especially 2 to 3 meals out of your day, that they are balanced. That's extremely important for hormonal health. Okay, so making sure you're consuming your protein, your healthy fats, your carbs, and your fiber is what's really going to help with your nutrition and with your hormonal health. This is literally the key before you go into picking out the foods that you should be eating during each phase of the cycle. That's not going to be as important as this. Okay, and later on, that's what you can do. But this is really the first step in making sure you are syncing with your cycle and you're eating hormonally balanced. The second step to cycle syncing is to understand which phase of the cycle you are in and what symptoms you experience. You want to be tracking those because they will give you signs that something might be off. And with that, you will understand which nutrients you will need. Okay, so as I was saying, instead of going all in and trying to already eat the perfect foods during each phase of the cycle, first learn to eat balanced, and then actually learn how to work with your body, which means understanding what symptoms are coming up, what signs are showing, are there any cravings that you have, and learn to identify those cravings. With that, you will understand which nutrients you are needing. And this way, cycle syncing is going to become second nature and not something that is very hard to do, but it's something very enjoyable and very easy to make. Okay. And that's pretty much it in terms of really cycle syncing one-on-one. Now, if you'd like to take it a step further, I would love to invite you to join our Feminine Cycle Reset live course, which we're starting end of September. And during this week, we still have an early bird price. So this course is really about healing your menstrual cycle in only 6 weeks. So everything that I have just taught you, we will teach in there, plus so much more, so that you can really heal yourself and heal your cycle in only 6 weeks. So what I'm going to share with you is deep, quick, and effective tools and the knowledge on the menstrual cycle. And I do this with my friend Nikki. She is a Reiki expert, and she's going to be coming in and doing the healing aspects, because when it comes to the menstrual cycle, as I mentioned before as well, it's not only the nutrition and the training and making sure that everything is perfect, but it's also how you show up. Do you feel aligned with yourself? Do you feel confident? How is your energy, right? And how are your emotions? Because all of this really will affect how you feel as a woman. So if you're interested, DM me the word reset, or just send me a message, or just comment down below. I would love for you to join us and to really learn how to step into your feminine power, and yeah, do that in only 6 weeks. I mean, that's literally it. All right. Thank you so much for being here. If you have any questions, please feel free also to share in the comments. If you have any comments, do that too. If you want to share this with someone, please invite your friends to this Facebook group. We are a community. We're all together and we're all here to support each other. And I'm sending you so much love. Mwah. I will talk to you later. Take care. Bye.